iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans. It's not the high banks of Daytona, and it's not the twisties and turns of the Napa Valley at Sonoma. It's the cornfields here at Iowa here tonight for the 2-cent single 100 presented by Red Light Racing. Tonight, the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series takes on round number 2. That's right, it's only the second race of the season. Last week, we took a week off after Daytona. All the excitement, all the partying of Tony Strano picking up his first career win. Well, we just had to take a week off to just regroup and bring all these drivers back in, and we figured since they had a week off, why not stick them on this tricky little, it's not even a mile track, it's, a 3.8, yeah, it's short, because you know what? Your week off, you're ready to go, you're rested up, just like me, right? Well, these drivers were rested up, and they're already ready to go here tonight. The Southern Addis starting lineup coming at us hot and heavy here tonight, because if you got legal trouble, well, our fine folks over at Southern Addis have us covered here, and they can get you what you need. Max Terrell will snag the pole here tonight at the 2-cent single 100 to his outside. The all-time champion, it's the 88 of Sean Butler. Back into the third starting spot here tonight, Chris Hammond, car number 6. Then it's William Ridgway having his best qualifying effort in car number 39. Back into the fifth spot, well, it's none other than the 2-cent single number 11 entry. And how about Eric Stout picking up a big win on Thursday night? He's here tonight. He'll start 6th. Zach Mitchell will start back there in the 7th starting spot. And old Richard Murdoch starting at 8th. He finally got off the fishing boat. He's here with us tonight. The fisherman himself, the 86 of James Skelton, will go from 9th. How about Peyton Johnson, car number 15? He'll start 10th. And the 99, the engineer, Cole Day, will start 11th. Dalton Williamson in number 61, he'll start back here into the 12th spot. He loves these slick and slimy tracks. Let's see if he can work his way to the front. Jason Wells, the alien, will start 13th. Ryan Donnie back in 14th. Joe Strano will start in 16th with his, the pregnant cravings, number 23 here tonight. Back into the 17th spot, that'll be Jeffrey Sousa. And how about the golfer? Tim Coleman will go 18th. New driver here tonight making his first start, Ben Klutz in car number 69. And starting back into the 20th spot, making his first start of the season, the number 18 of A.J. Hamill. 21st starting spot here tonight, the 13MA of Joshua Buckley. And how about Donald Bennett starting back there in car number 31. He'll start 22nd on the call here tonight. The Beefy Motorsports number 38, Brandon Feeney, will start 23rd. 24th, the Josiah Millet in car number 55. 25th starting spot here tonight, the number 59 out of Alabama. That'll be Bruce Potter. How about the driver out of Texas, the Raven Graphics, number 7, Doyle Lowrance, 27th to Thomas Ridgway, and Danny Valenzuela will start back there in the 28th spot. 29th will be Bob Higgins, and well, last week's winner, they said, hey, Tony, how about you go start shotgun to the field here tonight? And that's how they are, lined up, ready to go. They're go racing this time out of turn number 4. 100 laps here tonight in the 2-cent single 100. There's the green flag. You see it sitting in the arms of our flagman here tonight. Barney ready to go. Drop the hammer tonight. Green flag up. It'll be Max Terrill. Sean Butler will race him to turn number 1. Good start as everybody's able to come off turns 1 and 2. Down the back straight away it is Max Terrill who will lead them into turn number 3 for the first time here tonight. Trying to lead the first lap of the evening here in the 2-cent single 100. That will be the Storm from the North. Max Terrill has the race lead. 3 wide racing back here. Jason Wells was looking to the inside of the 99 a cold day. Richard Murdoch to the outside. He backed out of it. Murdoch to the high side on Stout through 1 and 2. He'll make the outside lane work here early on. This little track here in Iowa provides a lot of racing room. There are some bumps, though, down through 1 and 2. You get off the bottom side, you get to that cult, maybe the second groove, and those drivers will be sliding, trying to skate over the top of those bumps. Right there, Richard Murdoch goes through the bumps, so it'll Stout. Oh, the 15. Johnson. Big Johnson got a little sideways. One driver heading to the inside wall. He saves it. That'll be Ryan O'Donnell. That Turbo Dork, Radical Pink's number 98, the driver out of Canton, Michigan, saving that beautiful Turbo Dork color. Number 98, he'll lose a couple spots. He was just battling outside the top 10. Now he's going to try to hold on to a top 20. There's the 55. It's the cool man, Josiah Millen, in his Pabst Blue Ribbon entry. Now Donald Bennett in the Castrol 31 will slip off turn number 2. So as Bennett slips, everybody trying to pounce on top of him. And then there's that 69, the Domino's Pizza entry, the number 69. Big Ben trying to bring the Domino's machine, ring the bell here tonight for the number 69 of Ben. Nothing has changed out front. The battling still back here around the 20th position. Right on Donnie still looking to the inside. A little further up there, you see the number 15, Peyton Johnson. He got a little sideways a little early on. He's been able to hold on, though, just outside that top 10. He's trying to follow that number 12 there of Eric Stout. See all these cars going over those bumps in turn 1 and 2. Sideways for the 61. That's the Tony the Tiger machine here tonight of Dalton Williamson, the short track ace here with the series. As these drivers continue to run side by side in practice, they send one driver up into the outside wall. I believe that's the 39. That is the 39 of Ridgway. That's William Ridgway in car number 39. The PPG entry there, you see him. He was up against the outside wall in turn 1, and that car just got up and out from under him. And he has been able to hold on, but he's going to lose some spots. 39 of Ridgway coming in as a rookie this season. The driver out of Burlington, North Carolina. Taking all of his race experience. He has a go-kart and a pro stock experience behind the wheel. These 850 horsepower monsters, though, the Gen 4 Cup cars is what they have here tonight. Maybe a little bit stronger than a four-cylinder pure stock or those go-karts he was used to. So he scrapes off the right-hand side, but he hammers back into it. He's trying to go around Sean Single. Single is one of the fastest cars on the speedway in our practice session early on. He's got that Cartoon Network entry down to the bottom side of the speedway. Single started 5th. He's fallen back now to 6th as Ridgway gets back around him. There you see Skelton, and you saw just back there, just outside the picture, the 64 of Jason Wells using the outside of the raceway. Oh, he'll get sucked into the outside, and now he's going to go for a scrape up against the outside retaining wall. He'll hold it up there, get it back off the wall, but he's going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots on the exchange. As now he's going to have to go back on the offensive. So you saw exactly what happened there to that number 64. Got up into the outside wall, and it just sucked him in. Nowhere he was going to run away and hide on that one. So far, James Skelton has picked up the most spots. Skelton right now currently sitting in that 4th position. There you see the 86. Haven't seen James Skelton posting much on the social media here. Usually you see Skelton out on his boat about 17 times a week, and I'm not even exaggerating at race fans. He spends more time on that boat than I spend at work myself. And yes, that is a complete lie on both sides of that fact, exaggerating on both. But Skelton is an avid fisherman. Call him an amateur fisherman because he does make a little bit of money on his bass boat fishing down there. Somebody who's trying to make some money here tonight is Zach Mitchell. He's caught his teammate there, the number 11 of Sean Single, the 2-cent entry. Trying to get around him now. Zach Mitchell started 7th, fall back just a little bit on the opening start here, but now the tires are starting to wear in. He started to bring it back to the front here. One driver, we talked about him earlier, got loose and then has not been able to recover. That is Ryan O'Donoghue. He has dropped down all the way to the 27th running position currently here for the Turbo Dork entry. There's Tony Strano right there also. Strano, last week's big winner at the 2 weeks ago at Daytona. Tony picked up that big win, his first career win. He's been celebrating that one all the way to tonight, and he said, "This car is a little sideways." Hang on to her, Tony. Tony, of course, underneath the number 7 there, that is Doyle Lowrance. See Lowrance go to the outside, and there's even bumps up top there. You can't hide from the bumps no matter where you go. Danny Valenzuela back there in the TRD Toyota. Danny making his return back to the series after a little time off. Week 1, Danny did not take the green flag with that 04 entry. Had some computer problems. He is here tonight. Cole Day trying to get underneath Richard Murdoch. Wasn't able to quite get the power down. Cole Day, we talked about it. We went to school to be an engineer, and well, he's one of those drivers that love to go dirt racing, and he figured here tonight with how slippy and slidey the track was going to be, this might play into his wheelhouse. He's only picked up 1 spot since we gone green flag racing, and his dirt experience of moving around the track, trying to find grip. He's trying to drift that Scott's 99 entry, even halfway down the front straightaway. That car was completely sideways. You got Wells right there. You got Johnson right behind him. DJ Anderson there also. And I believe that is the number 4. There's the 4. The State Analyzer entry. The Souza Media number 4, Jeffrey Souza. Trying to work his way through the field. He's sideways. These drivers tonight here just absolutely driving like it's on ice. And we're already 20 laps into the run here, so it's not like it's a low tire pressure thing. These cars are just absolutely skatey. Just love this Iowa Speedway. And here's an interesting fact for the viewers out here tonight watching on the YouTube side of thing. Well, first off, we appreciate you tuning in here tonight, but how about NASCAR announcing they are going to go to the Iowa Speedway? So next year, the big dogs will head to the Iowa Speedway, just like we are here tonight. There's the race leader. He has led all 22 laps. Max Terrell out front here tonight. Looking back on the field off the race leader's back end. Max looking back there. That's the 88 of Sean Butler, and that's Chris Hammett there. Butler down there trying to paint the bottom on the yellow line. Car stepped out, but look at the 6 car of Chris Hammett. He was letting it all hang out there. James Skelton has actually started to pull in that group of cars just out in front of him, that 2-car Tango. It's about to get a little crowded because James Skelton is running faster lap times than the 2 drivers that are in front of him. Could be a 3-horse race for the second position. William Ridgway still continuing to sit here in the top 5. After scraping the outside wall, he's been able to rebound and just hold steady right there in 5th. Sean Single still sliding the Cartoon Network entry into your living room to set himself, running in 6th, while Zach Mitchell just behind him, running into the 7th position. One spot back right now currently sits Tony the Tiger. Actually, that is Dalton Williamson. He's driving the Tony the Tiger machine here tonight, so Williamson running 4 spots up from where he started. He now finds himself running 8th. And how about Richard Murdoch? He's sitting still inside the top 10. The Adventure Pixel 01 entry sitting 9th, and Cold Day is currently sitting into the 10th spot. Jeffrey Souza, we talked about him battling with the 64 of Jason Wells. He's got around him, and now Wells is trying to fight back on the bottom side of the speedway, sideways from one driver behind him. That was a 51. Nuss Energy Drink, number 51 of DJ Anderson. There's the Road Rage Accessories 43. Joe Strano trying to work the outside, trying to keep that car as straight as he can. A little twitch on exit, but not too bad. They're going to pull up right behind that Toyota 51 of Anderson. Chris Hammett has fallen back off the back end of the 88 of Sean Butler, and he's fallen into the clutches. That's the 86 of James Skelton. We talked about Skelton and Single being two of the fastest cars. One driver to pit road here early, an early pit stop here tonight at Iowa. Here comes the number 64 of Jason Wells. So Wells will bring himself to pit road. He'll be the first one to enter pit lane here tonight. So as he comes down, Chris Hammett going to slide right back up in front of Skelton. Skelton across him over off 4. Now it's Skelton's turn to go down to the bottom side of the speedway. Will he let that 86 drift up a little bit? He won't need to, as Chris Hammett backed out of it and now gets behind him. Falls back in line. Sideways for Zach Mitchell, also off turn number 2. We'll see where Jason Wells is able to shake out time-wise. Looks like these drivers have fallen off about a second and a half off their fastest laps of the evening, as we're 30 laps officially into this one. Souza now going after the 10th place machine. He got around Anderson, now he got around Johnson, and now he's going to roll the bottom side and see if he can get around the 99 of Cold Day. So Jason Wells was the first one. A little kiss on the outside wall, I think, there by the 99 of Cold Day. That will give Jeffrey Souza the inside lane. I can't say there's one preferred lane over another here tonight, because this track is just so big. You can go anywhere as long as you can get the right throttle response and you have enough tire. You can go just about anywhere. So Souza continuing to work his way up through the field. Zach Mitchell also getting around the number 11 finally of Shanika Single. Thomas Ridgway, car 03, coming to pit road. There you see his black number 03 butt kicker entry. So Thomas coming to pit road. Still the race leader out front is Max Terriel. Dalton Lowrance also coming to pit road along with Peyton Johnson. So Big Johnson coming, gonna bring down his number 15. Peyton the other day was out golfing, I believe it was Tennessee, North Carolina, somewhere down there. I forget exactly what state. He travels too darn much for me to keep up with him. But he was jamming out in the car, and I believe it was My Chemical Romance he was listening to, singing. People driving by thought he was crazy. Of course, we think he's crazy too. Problems for Thomas Ridgway. He was coming to pit road. Or he was leaving pit road, and he lost it on the access road. He's back on pit road now with that 03. Race leader started to come down pit road. Here comes the 88 of Butler. Here comes Skelton, Ridgway, Hammett, Mitchell. A slew of the top 10 drivers all coming down right here. Oh, Millen trying to come to pit road. Almost smoked that tire barrier, the water barrels there. Millen was hard on the brakes with that Pabst Blue Ribbon. I hope he didn't spill his Pabst Blue Ribbon. He was awfully close. Peyton Johnson having some problems off turn 4. Take a look here. What happened to the 15 of Johnson? Oh, just gassed it up all four with those fresh tires, feeling like Superman. Got the car sideways, slid and slid and slid, and put it back in the right direction real quick. No caution flag came out from that. Now everybody down pit road, though. Max Terrialt's in his stall, getting his service done to that number 42. Jason Wells, who was the first one to pit, looks like he will leapfrog, and he will be the race leader here on lap 36. First lead change of the night. See how far Jason Wells can run away and hide here. Let's put some lap cars between him and Sean Butler, along with Max Terrialt. It will be Jason Wells leading his first laps of the season. So with the green flag pit cycle over now, everybody shakes out. That is the correct running order. Everybody has completed a lap after the green flag pit cycle. So it's Wells in first. Sean Butler is sitting in second now. He pitted one lap sooner than Max Terrialt. Taking a look at their pit cycle times, and pretty much identical. Actually about a half a second faster there for Sean Butler, and that's what was able to give him that leapfrog over the number 42 of Max Terrialt. James Skelton still running into that fourth spot, and William Ridgway in car number 39 sitting back there into the fifth spot. Ridgway is the highest running rookie candidate this season. There are a slew of them through the field here tonight, and Ridgway is the only one of them inside the top 15. So he's having a great night for that rookie driver here. He's not a rookie to iRacing by any means. He comes in with a lot of history on the background. We talked about him running karts and pure stocks, and here on iRacing he has a slew of wins throughout numerous series. Tonight he's showing he can dance with some of the best here on the Red Light Series. Max Terrialt, though, putting up his best lap time. One driver up against the wall. That was the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. Buckley told me that he had gotten new pedals, and he was going to be really fast. Really fast. Like so fast. So fast he's getting passed. Buckley, you're going the wrong way. Josh Buckley did, though, pick up some brand new Fanatec pedals, and he's definitely using that gas pedal here tonight, in and out of the throttle to try and hang on to that number 13. The Granny Hips Walkers and Canes entry slip sliding here tonight in Iowa. They might not be tennis balls on the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes Walker here. Oh, contact back there. Sean Single trying to go around. I believe that's the 59 of Bruce Potter. It was. They made contact down the front straightaway. That X-side Ford Taurus for Bruce Potter was sideways. Potter using everything he had in that wheelhouse to keep that 59 car from going around. While that all happened, looks like Jason Wells lost the race lead about 2 laps ago. And just like that, he has fallen off the cliff. He's now back to running 5th. Chris Hammond and Zach Mitchell will be the next ones to catch that Alienware number 64. So now Sean Butler is the race leader. So as Butler has the race lead, he'll be the 3rd race leader of the night. As you see the 64 of Wells continuing to bleed positions here. Sideways for the 6. One car into the outside wall. That is Danny Valenzuela. He's trying to keep it up out of the way. His TRD 04, the driver out of Utah. Iowa not being kind to Danny. Race leaders now running 1 and 2. There is Max Terrialt. He is running in 2nd place right now. He led the first opening 37 laps of tonight's race. Now trying to get back around that 88 of Sean Butler. James Skelton not letting either of them run away. He's just 1 second behind the race leader of Butler. You can see all 3 of those cars right now in the picture frame. 1, 2, and 3. What does Max have in his old bag of tricks to try and get around that 88? These two drivers hold, well, the all-time wins list here with the series. When you talk about drivers that have the most wins, you look at these two drivers. 45 wins for Max Terriot and 43 wins, as you get to see both drivers get a little sideways. I believe if we add up all the other wins in the series, they might total what the top two have. So you're definitely going to get some good racing action out of these two drivers that are battling for the race lead right now. A little sideways kick of it there for the 42. As they continue to battle for the race lead. Oh, now Max might have a little hinkering down on the bottom side. But he's not able to put the power down out of turn number 4 that time. It looked like he was going to be able to possibly make that pass out of turn 4, and then that car just jumped a little sideways. Look at the hands there. Nice camera work from our camera crew. Zooming right in on those hands. Look at the bottom, just not there off turn 4. He's able to get alongside through 1 and 2, and then just cannot complete the pass. See him pull up right there. He's going to give a kiss into the back of the 88. So that'll send Butler up the track a little bit going into 3. See, now Max sideways again. James Skelton is loving this because as these two battle out in front of him, he is now closed in. He's now only about 5 car lengths back off these race leaders. Jason Wells back to pit road. This is a scheduled stop for him. This time, Max even closer to the inside. It's a heads-up race-off for this time. Max a little sideways at the line. It will be Butler, though, again. So Sean Butler is still the race leader, according to our timing and scoring. But Max has the preferred line through 1 and 2. Skelton now closing in 3 car lengths back there, running in 3rd. So it's going to be a 3-horse race here in just a couple of moments, and a real big slide there for Max. Almost took him all the way to the start-finish line there to get that one corralled and hung back up. Makes the pass, but Butler going to try and cross him over here this time off turn 2. He won't be able to. So there goes 1st through 3rd, nose to tail. There's Ridgeway, and there's Hammond. So can James Skelton use some of the moves that he just watched Max Terriot put on Sean Butler to get around? Riding on board here with James Skelton. Let's take a lap and watch how bumpy this track is. Saw Sean Butler get a little loose off turn 2, and James Skelton wasted no time pouncing on him. So now it's Terriot, Skelton, and Butler is how they are running in the top 3. Souza still working his way through the pack. That car is a rocket ship on the long runs. See that Stanton Analyzer, Souza Media, number 4. Sean Single having some problems down the back straightaway. Keeps it down on the bottom. We stay green. But he lost it off turn number 2. Take a look back here. What happened to Single? Off turn 2, George Jetson got a little crossed up. Right on board with him. You could hear it. He was full throttle. He was trying to hammer down that back straightaway. Kept it down on the bottom side of the speedway, so we stay green flag racing. Seen some good racing here tonight under the green flag circumstances. Call this it's the 2 cent single race here tonight, but boy, is it icy. It's slick. You just saw 2 Cent go around himself. Where does he end up in the running order? He's, well, let me take a look. I lost the number 11. There it is. Number 11 is running 15th now. He was running up in the 6th position. Still a lot of racing left to go. 40 laps this time by for all these drivers here tonight. Skelton lost the bottom side of the speedway in 3 and 4. Sean Butler was able to pull up alongside for a moment. Then he got a little loose, trying to get that power down, and, well, he lost the inside advantage. Brandon Feeney going a lap down in the Liquid Molly, number 38. Feeney was racing this past weekend up at the Peterborough, Ontario Speedway. Didn't quite see any results, though. Oh, is he sideways? Feeney will roll the bottom side of the speedway and let those race leaders go right on by. Somebody that's been pretty quiet here tonight, car number 18 of A.J. Hamill. There you see the 18 making his first start of the season. Did not race at Daytona. It's here tonight. AJ's picked up 7 spots. Just very quiet out there. As he's been quiet, the driver that's trying to use every bit of tire right now, that's the 64 of Wells. Wells, remember, did come to pit road back on lap number 51. So he is way off sequence from the race leaders. He's also a lap down right now. Peyton Johnson coming to pit road. Big Johnson now down on pit road. So maybe this will be the start of the second round of green flag pit stops. But as we start the pit cycle, your race leader, Max Tarrant, has opened up a 1.1 second gap over James Skelton and Sean Butler, who are still battling back here. More drivers coming down. Souza, Murdoch, Stout all down on pit road. Hamill also going to join them. Sean Single also down on pit road. There you see the Cartoon Network 2 cent entry. Maybe he's going to get another cent or 2 down there, and maybe he can get 3 cents and we can call it a nickel. That's probably too many cents for him, actually, race fans. Just never mind. He'll come back out. He'll go a lap down to the race leader currently of Max Terrell. And Terrell is not going to come to pit road. Cody Strano will go another lap down. Two drivers have called it a night here from the Iowa Speedway. Doyle Lowrance has called it a night on lap number 31. Thomas Ridgway on lap number 30 has called it a night. More drivers coming to pit road. The 99 of Cole Dave, I believe, finished up his stop. He will bring the Scott's turf machine back out. Caution on the speedway. Brandon Feeney and, oh boy, some of your race leaders are on pit road. James Skelton, Sean Butler, they will come to pit road, and it looks like they're going to do their service, but Brandon Feeney going to bring out that caution flag. This could change the whole complexion of the race here. Those drivers that were down on pit road, are they going to be able to get out before the iRacing.com pace car comes back around? I believe they're going to go a lap down. Are James Skelton and Sean Butler. They will go a lap down. Yep, they did. we're going to have to wait to see where all this blends in, because this is all going to get jumbled up real fast. So we'll shrink that so we don't confuse anybody here tonight. So Max Terrell is the race leader, and he should be able to come to pit road. I believe pit road says it's open. It looks like the lights are flashing red, but believe the pit road was open. Max, a wily veteran, would not make the mistake of coming down pit road if it wasn't open. So what do you say we take a look back here while he makes his pit stop? Just 4 drivers down on pit road. Terry Ridgway, Williamson, and DJ Anderson, the only drivers that are left on the lead lap. Oh, Ridgway and Feeney get together. Oh, and then the 12 of Stout into the back of Feeney while he was trying to gather it up. Stout coming with a head of steam there, and the 38 of Feeney just trying to corral it, gather it back up. And that's how the Feeney call got called turning around. So we're looking at it. Jason Wells was in the lucky dog position, so he was the driver you see coming down pit road. He'll get his lap back, and then I believe he'll have to start at the tail end of the longest line. This might get a little confusing because we're going to have a lot of wave rounds. What do I mean by wave rounds? Well, there's the race leader. There's Max Terrell. Let's see if we can hop on board. See all those cars out in front of him? They are going to get to go when we get the 1 to go marker. They're going to get to come all the way around the pace car, tag onto the back of the field, but they have to be single file. So things are about to get interesting here when we get that 1 to go marker. Don't worry, race fans. It will all sort itself out. I can tell you that the drivers that will start 1, 2, 3, and 4 are Terrell, Ridgway, Williamson, Anderson. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I believe we're still sorting some of the lineup out because, well, these drivers were down on pit road. Remember, we were in the midst of that green flag pit cycle. Yeah. Ethan checking in from Orlando, Florida. Yeah, you were definitely at the wrong track this week, and I saw that up there on the old Facebook page. They were in Charlotte, not Daytona. You were a couple weeks late there. Max Tarrant has officially led the most laps here tonight. No other driver will be able to take that crown from him here. See drivers going around the iRacing.com pace car. That means we got the 1 to go marker. All those drivers able to go catch the tail end. See them all coming back around here. So I believe that should be how your scoring looks now officially. They're telling me that is good. Now the lap down cars that you do see there, you see Feeney, you see the 13, the 04, they're all lapped down, but they're able to line up right there with the race leaders. Green flag back up, and Max Terrell will throttle up, and he'll head to turn number 1. Second place right now, William Ridgway is the driver that's in second. How about Dalton Williamson? He was one of those drivers that stayed out here. He's going to benefit big time along with DJ Anderson. Jason Wells back in the fight here. Just 24 laps to go, though. We're going to see what all these drivers have. Where is the driver that has scored sixth? Well, there is the 86 of Skelton. He is buried way deep into traffic right now. He's going to have to work methodically through this traffic and hope that he can possibly catch some of those race leaders. One driver down on the flat there. That was Danny Valenzuela. We're just about four wide racing down the front straightaway. Skelton along with Butler trying to work through traffic there. That was the number 3 of Tony Strano. That was the 30 of Bob Higgins to the outside. These drivers are racing like they're running out of laps because, well, they are. 22 to go. They're all chasing that driver right there. Looking at it, that 99 of Cole Day right there, he is running in 12th. He's 12th place, but so deep into the field that he's racing the 4 of Souza, and there's lap traffic between both of them. Ridgway under pressure up here for the second position. Williamson's right there trying to work over a possible second place finish. Dalton Williamson making his 63rd start. He has 2 poles in his career and 9 top 5s, but man, it's been a long time since he's finished on top here. Never picking up a win. He's only had 1 podium finish, and that was back at Atlanta with the next gen car. That was November 14th of 2022. Well, slow down there, Williamson. Sideways and eat those tires up. Souza and Murdoch back there doing a little battling. Souza down on the bottom. We talked about that car being a really good long-run car. He's hoping this one goes all the way to the Checkers here tonight, so that car can come back into its happy place. But just look at all the cars that are out in front of them. They're running 11th, but there's more like 17, 18 cars out in front of them, and they're all locked up side by side. The 86 of Skelton and the 88 of Butler still trying to work through traffic. I believe Feeney might be the final traffic car that's there. And then, yeah, the race leader's absolutely gone down the back straightaway. They're already into 3 and 4. As those drivers were just coming off of turn 2. That shows you how many cars were between them and the drivers that were able to line up in line. Sideways Reinald Dottie going to hang on to it. So now, let's see if we can ride on board with James Skelton here real quick so you can see the drivers out in front of him. Let's wait till we get off turn 4 here. It'll be 15 laps to go, and he is sitting approximately 5 seconds back, so like pretty much the whole straightaway back from the 42 of Max Terriel. There it is, at least 3/4 of the back straightaway is the distance between first and 6th. Anderson and Wells battling it out here. Wells did get a little nose to the inside and then slid a little bit, and that's been kind of the story of the night. Driver gets a run like this down the back straightaway, able to go to the bottom side. Just can't put the power down off turn number 4. Peyton Johnson, A.J. Hamill side by side. You see that City Chevrolet there for the number 15. Oh! A.J. Hamill doesn't stick on the bottom side of the speedway. Up the track he goes. Peyton reacted to it. He went up the track. Now Joshua Buckley will battle back into this one. These drivers are battling back here. 17th, 18th, and 19th, respectively, with 12 laps to go. Cole Day, who is running 12th, is behind them. Williamson under attack again. Oh, the 51 of Anderson was sideways. This is for the final podium spot right now. Dalton has it. Question is, can he hang on to it? Short track ace himself. A four-time champion on Thursday night in our Thursday night short track series. He's won championships in the Scrambler series. He's won championships in the SK Modifieds and the Tour Mods. He's going to lose that top three because now it goes to DJ Anderson. Jason Wells looking around, go around the outside just 9 more times around left here tonight. And the 2-cent single 100. There's battles going on all over the track, but this one's right here inside the top 5, so we stuck it right here with 9 to go. Here's more battling. Here's Feeney. Feeney trying to hold on. That car goes way to the outside. They're going to take him 3 wide. That's the 6 of Hammett. Hammett's running 9th. Feeney's running 14th. We told you everybody is mixed in. Mixed in and holding on like they are holding on to a bucking Bronco. Back up front here, the third place battle still raging on. 7 to go. It'll be 6 to go when they come back around here to the line. Currently, DJ Anderson has it. Jason Wells has shown speed in that number 64 entry. Question is, does he have anything left in that Alienware entry? Everybody chasing Max Theriault. There he is out front. Theriault trying to hang on for his 46th career win. Five laps to go this time by for all these drivers. Williamson has faded off the battle here for that third spot. He now sits about a second and a half back. He's just trying to hang on to this one. James Skelton starting to pull him in, though, along with Sean Butler. 4 to go at the line for the race leaders. There they all go. Past the stripe just 4 more times. Feeney really sideways at the start-finish line there. Wells lost a little ground that time by about a 1/10 of a second slower than the 51 of Anderson. Maybe the tire's starting to give up. Seen a lot of drivers utilize the outside lane, and we've seen drivers be able to make that inside lane off 3 and 4 work. This time by it'll be popsicle sticks. 2 more times around on the 2-cent single 100. Now it looks like this one could go to DJ Anderson for that third position, but Wells going to fire back down the back straightaway. It's been a Monday night drive, though, for the 42 of Max Theriault. He wants to see the white flag fly, then he knows he just has to come back around, and he will. He flashes underneath the start-finish line one more time around here for Max Theriault. Theriault has led the most laps here tonight. Started on the pole. And, well, pitted at the right time here. He will come across the start-finish line here tonight, and he will pick up his 46th career win with the series. The win tonight goes to the number 42 of Max Theriault. Big slide off turn number 4. Jason Wells was trying for it, but it'll be Theriault, Ridgway, Anderson, Wells, Skelton. Across the line, that's your top 5. Williamson, Butler, Mitchell, Hammond, Souza, your top 10 unofficial results here tonight. Here in Iowa. Tonight in the 2-cent single, 100. There he is, your winner. Car doesn't even look like it has a scratch on it here tonight. Max will turn it around. He'll bring it back here. A lot of horsepower underneath these machines, and Max Terrell able to hold on to her. They said this one was going to get crazy here tonight. A really good race here at the Iowa Speedway. So Max will come back here. He'll park it on the start-finish line like he always does. Then he'll start to celebrate. There it is, your winner here tonight of the 2-cent single 100. We're going to take a step away, and we'll be back with the post-race show brought to us by The Feeney Call.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Iowa Speedway here tonight for the 2-cent single 100. It is officially concluded here tonight, and we have your top 3 standing by here on our post-race show brought to us by our Feeney Call. Make sure to head on over to youtube.com and type in the Feeney Call and catch up with some of the local racers up in the Ontario, Canada area as Brandon Feeney brings you an inside look at Canadian racing. Let's wait no longer and start it off here tonight. And let's start off with the driver that will finish third. And it's got to feel like a great one here tonight, DJ, as you were able to pick up 12 spots. You pick up the most spots, and you come home with a podium finish.
Yeah, it feels like a win. After last week, I feel like, I should have won that race if it wasn't for iRacing having issues. But that's going to be my drop week. So I came into this week just wanting to finish top 10, had a horrible qualifying, just ran a smart, easy race, and that caution came out at the end, and I went green all the way from there. Kind of gave me those extra spots I needed. I feel like I was good enough to hang up with the front guys to be top 8, and so it feels like a win to be, third after where I started.
Coming into the night, these drivers said this car, this track, an absolute handful, but it actually turned out to be a really good race. This track had grooves from the bottom all the way to the top. Where did the 51 really like to position itself out there?
After the practice race last night, I seemed to be able to run a lot higher through 3 and 4 than most people were and be able to get a run off the corner. So I felt like I was able to make a lot of passes that way. That's how I kind of got Dalton there running pretty much the wall there. And I found something through 1 and 2 there to kind of hold off Jason charging. So it kind of went where the car wanted and where I was fastest, and it paid off.
It paid off, so you're able to rebound here in the points championship. You alluded to you're going to take that first week as a drop week. What are you looking forward to, though, on this schedule here? Where do you think you can park 51 back in victory lane?
Honestly, after looking at the schedule, I knew if I didn't win at Daytona, it was going to be a stressful 3 races. Iowa, North Wilkesboro, I hate that place. I just cannot, no matter what we run there, I just can't race there. Watkins Glen, I feel like I should be hopefully getting a top 10 just as long as I don't wreck. But Texas, Bristol, Indy, Darlington, Charlotte, Michigan, I mean, tracks that I'm fantastic at. So I hope to start the playoffs with at least 2 or 3 wins, hopefully.
Well, did you hear the rumor mill that next week, just because it's the 1987 car, Brandon Minto said he might make a return?
Good to see him back, if he does come back. I know he's been gone for a while, but I know I won't be looking forward to the race at all. So I might have an early exit next week, but would be glad to have him back. And congrats to Max. He was just dominant all night, extremely fast. So congrats to him.
Well, a great race for you here tonight, DJ. We'll let you get out of here tonight, but before we do, who do you got to thank for another podium finish in car number 51?
Everyone at Red Light. This is a good group of guys, and to have an evil car like tonight and be able to run green like that, speaks volume to the drivers we have. My teammate Sean, we work hard, and we're going to continue to work hard and try to get some wins this year together. Thank you for doing this. Love going back and watching. I think this one might be a little more enjoyable. And I think my mom's watching tonight, so shout out to her for watching and supporting me. Glad I was able to give her a good showing tonight.
Well, there you have it from your third place finisher tonight. DJ Anderson picks up 12 spots, and he will finish P number 3. Driver that finishes into the second spot, he had a really good race here. Scraped it up one time, though, William. That right side of that car is going to need some of that new PPG paint, though, because it's a little scratched up.
Yeah, I got into the wall and couldn't get off of it, and luckily I didn't wreck myself or anybody else for that matter. But yeah, once you hit that wall, it sticks.
What's with the wall there going into the corner? You're not the only one we saw here tonight get sucked up into that wall. How hard is it once you do get against it to get off it without turning the car around?
I'm not sure. Once you hit it, it's like it vacuums in and you can turn to the left, 30, 40 degrees and it doesn't come off. You really got to crank it and hope it doesn't spin when you do.
Well, you only lost a couple spots when that happened. And this car, though, looked pretty stable all night long. Did you have the right setup on this? Is this one of those tracks that you thrive at when you come here?
I thought so until I seen Max. He was just way better than anybody in this field, honestly. I love this track. The car I've never raced before tonight, but it's a lot of fun. And it was a handful. But yeah, I mean, overall, I like this track a lot.
Do you think if there was a green-white checker attempt out there, or at least a late race yellow, do you think you would have had a shot at Max, or was he just that much on another level here tonight?
I wouldn't have had a chance, honestly. He was just on another level. I couldn't have touched him.
Well, you're looking for a little more of an exciting answer, but I'll let you go with that one. You're not far off, I would believe. What do you think, though? You said this car was a handful with this track combination. Next week, the 1987 machines. North Wilkesboro, the 1987 configuration. How do you feel that one's going to go?
I really like North Wilkesboro. That's probably my favorite track on the service, outside of maybe South Boston. I'm more of a short track guy, so yeah, I expect to hopefully do well and bring it home. Hopefully you'll be interviewing me next week, at least, top 3. So hopefully, if I don't mess myself up.
Well, we look forward to seeing what this 39 machine can do, because just letting you know, that's my favorite number 2. So we'll be pulling for you up here in the booth. But before we let you go, who's on the side of this car other than Burger Shot that you got to thank?
I just pulled that car off of Trading Paints, to be completely honest with you. But I'd like to thank Pay to Win Setups. I'd like to thank Stellaratus Legal. I'd like to thank Red Light. I just joined this league, and to have 30 people, this car and track combo, and have one yellow. That's very, very impressive. And looking forward to continuing and seeing what we can do. But yeah, and you obviously, I like watching your broadcast so far. I'm gonna go back and watch this one, and hopefully it's as entertaining as the last one.
Well, he said he likes them so far, race fans, so we'll let him go back and watch that one, and we'll let him determine. What do you guys think of tonight's race, though, for these drivers? It's been a good one, I thought. Well, what do you say we hop up here to P number 1 and see what Max Terriel has to say about this one? Max, you parked this number 42 in Victory Lane, and it looks like you were out for a Sunday drive here tonight for your 46th career win with the series.
Yeah, those cars are a blast to drive. The short summer series that Eric Stout put up, I got to experience in a few races, and I was really looking forward to having that much power, having that much throttle control. And a shout out to all the guys tonight. It was a difficult car, but I think pretty much everyone kept it clean, and only one caution. That's a feed for Iowa and these Gen 4 cars, of course.
Now, you talk about how impressive it was. Now, this is your 223rd career start with the series. Obviously, we talked about you winning 46 of them. How impressive is it, though, to put this car with this horsepower and this twitchy of a setup on this track with bumps and lanes that you can run high and wide or low right around the bottom side? And how impressive is it to stack 30 drivers here with this talent level and get one caution flag?
Yeah, and it proves that we know each other. We know how our driving habits and experience around other drivers that you're comfortable with, and that you can expect clean racing. Of course, it's not something that you'll see every week from every league, so it is definitely something that is a plus for this Red Light Monday Night Series. And you see the numbers of start that I have. That's one reason why I stick around. It's because most of the time it's what you saw tonight.
Yeah, that I'll go with that's why I stick around too, huh?
Well, everyone enjoys a caution-free or a quick race when everyone keeps it straight. So I don't think we'll want anything different next week.
Well, these cars definitely didn't look like they were straight. A couple of these drivers had them sideways at the start-finish line. You talk about next week. We go to North Wilkesboro. Well, what do you think about in 2 weeks' time? We head to the Watkins Glen International Speedway. You, last time we were there, didn't have such a great finish. You had a great car, didn't have such a great finish. Are you looking forward to go back for redemption at the Glen?
It's been a long time, and a lot of good road racers have come along. I'm looking forward to racing these next gen cars on road courses, because I believe that's what they were configured for, and that's where they might perform the best. So it'll be a first to try these out on a road course with a 5-speed manual transmission. That'll be the first to really use all these speeds. And but there's a few road course specialists that proved themselves over the weekend, so we'll look for them also to perform.
Well, we look forward to seeing you next week at North Wilkesboro, and then we really look forward to going to Watkins Glen with you in that next gen car. But before all that happens, this red carpet has to roll out. We have to give you the microphone because you're the one that's standing here in Victory Lane tonight, Max. So what do you say? Take it away.
Yeah, I want to thank my fiance, my friend Max, and my dad. Shout out to 33 Broadcasts and the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, our league sponsor. So yeah, a shout out also to Chris Hammett, Ryan O'Donnell, and Zach Mitchell. I believe that's all three. I hope I'm not missing anyone, but they got to win their Petit Le Mans race. I think it was in the GT class. That's a major accomplishment in official endurance racing. So you talked about Watkins Glen in a few weeks. They have a momentum more than anyone else. So we'll look for these three and other road course specialists to perform. And yeah, going back to old cars next week at the old track, like it should be. So we'll see you guys next week.
There you have it. Max Terriot parks the 42 machine in victory lane once again here with Red Light Racing, as he will lock himself officially now into the playoffs. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to all three of the drivers that we spoke to: Max Terriot, William Ridgway, DJ Anderson, for finishing in the top three. William Ridgway is our highest running Rookie of the Year at the end of this race, so he'll notch another point in his belt for that Rookie of the Year championship out there. A lot of good racing, though, all throughout the field here. 30 cars took the green flag. 28 cars were able to cross the finish line at the end of this one. 2 drivers had to retire: Doyle Lowrance and Thomas Ridgway in that 03 machine. They will finish 29th and 30th, respectively, here tonight from the Iowa Speedway. Where do we go from here? Well, we load these cars up. We head back to the east, I should say. I want to say northeast. Iowa's just a straight shot east. And we will head to the North Wilkesboro Speedway. The 1987 cars, they got a slew of them. They got the Pontiac, the Buick, the Ford, and the Chevrolet Monte Carlo. So we will see which one of those cars that these drivers picked. It's the first time they ever have had more than 3 options to pick of cars. So it's going to be really interesting. I look forward to seeing some of those amazing throwback schemes that I'm going to see out there. Going to test my knowledge next week, that is for sure. Then we head to the Watkins Glen International Speedway on October the 23rd before we head to the Texas Motor Speedway in the Xfinity car. That'll be the first time we see the Xfinity car since Daytona. So those are what is coming up on the schedule. And how about a big shout out? You heard it from Max. The Red Light Racing group did take a big win in the Road Series. Those drivers, Chris Hammett, Ryan O'Donnell, and Zach Mitchell, able to park themselves P number 1. That is a huge feat, and a big congratulations from all of us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We love to follow the racing that Red Light Racing does, whether it's right here on Mondays or Thursday nights or in the Road Series. They compete on all the official iRacing Road Series, from Daytona to Bathurst to Sebring, and continuing everywhere else that these cars do go. Le Mans, I mean, these guys are crazy for racing. But man, they're crazy for that. I can't wait to see what they do crazy next weekend. Once again, Max Terriot picks up the big win here tonight, and well, that's going to about do it from Iowa. The cornfield survived. We didn't tear them all down here tonight. We did tear the tires off these cars, and until we do it next week to tear the tires back off those 87 machines, we hope you stay safe, race fans, and we'll see you in Turn 3.